Well, Coach, just had a chance to, now that you've had a chance to watch the scrimmage on Saturday, what'd you like, what you didn't like?
Yeah, we got a good group of guys that we think we can play winning football with. Obviously, with the menu that we had, it's limited, but we got a good group. We got to get more. You can't play the same guys for 60, 70 plays in a game. So this week is about developing that back half of our roster who can go in the game in a limited role or rotational role and still execute. There were some good plays in the scrimmage, offense and defense. When you really go back and look at it, there's some plays that didn't necessarily produce execution on the field because we were thud, and you blow the whistle, and then you go back and look, and you probably say, yeah, you probably didn't make that tackle. Or there were some plays where they probably made some tackles and we let the ball play a little bit. So once we went back and looked at it, still a lot of detailed things to clean up. But for first scrimmage where we expected to be, we were in a good spot.
From the running back room perspective, obviously that's a ever-evolving room. You got three guys who could probably start. What did you see from them, and what do you want to continue to see from them going into this Saturday?
Yeah, for us, especially when you're thud, it's hard to say he had 200 yards rushing or 100 yards rushing or whatever. But we're looking for pace. Are you hitting your landmarks? Are you getting your shoulder square? Are you bursting through contact? Are you getting to a place on the field in the pass game where you're affecting the coverage? We saw that from the first three guys. Obviously, the younger guys are still learning. Just some of the fundamental things, keeping your shoulders square on pass pro, stepping up, being physical, not kind of waiting on, catching pass pro is something that we evaluated. There's a flow and a feel, kind of deal with running backs. When do I speed up to get to the hole? When do I slow down and let the block declare? I think the top three guys are starting to understand the flow of plays, how it's supposed to be blocked, how the linebackers or secondary guys will react, what can help put the O-lineman on a block with your mannerisms as a running back. So we saw that. There's still some things we got to get cleaned up. And then we'll go back and figure out, okay, what guys are good at what runs. Hey, this guy is good at inside zone. This guy's good at outside zone, vice versa, or whatever it may be. And then we can kind of address the issues, right? Hey, you need work on power plays. You need work on outside zone. So we got a good, kind of a base, if that makes sense. This week we can kind of go develop those deficiency areas, put a little more focus on it. Hey, a guy gets 4 or 5 reps, let's make sure those 4 or 5 reps are things that he needs to work on.
I guess Maui on the offensive line, can you talk about kind of his story? We got to talk to him on Saturday. Can you maybe speak to him and what he's meant to that room and kind of your relationship with him?
Yeah, I mean, he exemplifies, our core value, number one, which is positive attitude. I don't know if I've ever seen the guy upset. He's always got a smile on his face. When you attack anything in life with the right attitude, typically you're going to improve, or you're going to be able to receive correction to improve. Obviously, coming over from all the way across the country to a brand new region of the country, brand new area with very little familiarity with people. Obviously, he and Coach Anderson had a relationship, but not to know anyone. Says a lot about his confidence in his ability. Says a lot about the opportunity that he sees. Also says a lot about his trust in Coach Anderson, and I think that's kind of where the college game is going. Kids build trust in coaches and people. So when they have that trust, they'll do anything. But his attitude, his positivity has been phenomenal. And he's really good. I mean, he's a good player. Obviously, if you were playing in the SEC, they would say too short, all those things. But for us, he does a really good job, using his leverage, probably one of the stronger guys up front. Understands the systems for his size. Has got good lateral movement, lateral quickness. So I love the guy.
Anything else?
Quality.
Awesome. Thanks.